Hello, everyone, and welcome to another scene for Darkness in Dublin, the vampire venue. In the scene, we have Flor. She is going to meet with Katya at Katya's request after some events happened the previous night. She's going to meet her at a coffee shop. She shows up on time, and she will walk in to find her. She's dressed relatively casually for her. She's just in a black flowy dress with some simple jewelry and light makeup, much like what's in her overlay. So
Katya's in one of the back corners. With her back to the corner, it's quite clear that she actually moved the table so that she could sit in a corner.
She will find Katya probably pretty easily.
Yes,
I'm
considering that she's
assuming
wearing bright yellow.
and I'm assuming that there's really nobody else in there. So
Yeah, there's just a couple of ghouls wandering about,
yeah.
getting things cleaned up and ready for the next day.
So she will go and she will sit down and she will smile to her.
Good evening, Provision Noir. It's good to see you again.
Good evening, Parmesan von Essen. It is a privilege to see you again as well.
It's like aside from ridiculous council meetings, I think the last time we actually saw each other outside of that was the ball.
She'll nod. Yes, I have not gotten to socialize as much as I would have liked lately.
I understand that feeling. It's been like every time any of us get together to socialize, some kind of crises occurs.
Right. She'll just shake her head. It's definitely not boring around here.
Oh no, no one can say that about Dublin. It's certainly not boring.
Mm-mm.
Especially now with the Sabbat having invaded France.
She nods very somberly.
Playing their "oh, look over here" games while
And we completely fell for it.
we did. But anyway, how have you been aside from the general madness that is this city?
But aside from that, I've been well. I have managed to get in a little bit of studio time, but not as much as I would have liked. My responsibilities to my life has come first.
Indeed, I know that feeling. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Especially when members of your clan keep fucking up.
Oh dear, yes, there is that. I will say, look at it this way. Francis has been made seneschal.
Yes, I was honestly hoping it would have been me, but I'll take Francis as well.
He comes from a distinguished bloodline.
He does. I don't. She shrugs.
Nor do I.
But it is fine. At least He is in the position, he is Toreador, so that helps with my plan for the clan anyway.
Yes. Though he did get me in quite the pickle.
He did. What
He
happened?
did. He apparently has quite the powerful enemy.
She furrowed her brow a bit. I think he mentioned a little bit about that to me, but he was hesitant to say very much.
Well, his friend decided to come into my bedroom as I prepared to sleep for the day and held a shotgun to the back of my head.
Whoa. Well, that's really not cool.
And then proceeded to give me a phone, call Francis, tell him that certain information needed to be divulged within 12 minutes, lest he would be receiving me back in a matchbox.
I am so sorry that happened to you.
Followed by being staked through the back.
Ow.
That was unpleasant.
Yes, I can imagine.
Next thing I know, I'm waking up with an asthmite in my, well, what was my bedroom. Wasn't much of a bedroom after that.
Are you safe now?
Who knows?
Okay, well, that's fair. Do you have a new bedroom?
Yes, that I do.
Okay.
Though, with all of the hatred between my clan and the person I had intended on doing the plans for the remodel, that will have to wait. I had intended on our Keeper of Elysium doing the plans for the remodel, but
That she nods.
given the recent
Events.
events, that's no longer an option.
Well, I can help you find somebody that your clan doesn't hate.
That would be a stretch. That's a very
Well,
short list of people.
this is why I tend to use human contractors.
Yes, I may have to. Luckily that part of the building has absolutely no,
Look, I've
well,
learned that if you pay them enough money and you tell them what you want, they don't ask questions.
very true.
They just build what they tell you to because you paid them twice the amount of what they quoted you. She nods and smiles.
Yeah, when you have as much money to throw around as I do, I suppose that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yep, exactly. Oh, I don't have anybody here yet. I haven't had need for remodeling yet. That
I
need may
had just
arise.
paid my chantry off, too.
Ah, that's horrible.
I had made the final payment days before.
I would charge Francis.
I should.
You should.
I really should.
I know that he's my clanmate and he's essential, but you should make him pay that bill because that really was not okay.
Yes, I've been a little jumpy ever since.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. That's
She is severely downplaying this.
Oh, I'm
by,
sure that
simply saying that she's jumpy. She
Fleur's not
actually has now taken the PTSD flaw.
yeah. Fleur's not stupid. She knows that she's more than just jumpy.
Yes, that's evidenced by the fact that she, you know, sat herself in the corner of the room. So there was
She
no feasible way of sneaking up on her.
right. She goes to reach for her hand, but she stops herself. Like, no, probably not the best idea. She just kind of like lays her hand flat on the table. If you need anything, let me know, okay?
Thank you.
I
It's quite a kind offer.
I know that our clans have not always gotten along in the past, but we are both on the Primogen Council. We are both in the same sect, and I'd like to think that we should be able to be, dare I
Friendly
say,
at the very least.
friends. Yes, that's what I at some point, like, look, and you've been through some shit, and I'm you need somebody in your corner. So this is her soft-hearted flaw coming into play really hard. God damn it.
Francis has been very much here for me. I'm thankful for that.
Yes, but Francis is a man.
He is a man. There are just certain things that he just does not understand.
Exactly. So, you need somebody, you let me know. I'm just a phone call away.
Of course, I do believe we have each other's numbers.
Mhm.
I I love my phone. I do. But there are times when I just want to throw it across the room hard.
Yeah. She nods in understanding because she is from a time without cell phones, so sometimes they're a pain in her ass. Um,
Yeah, Katya's only been out of torpor for about 20 years.
right. Yeah.
So,
Yes, I know cell phones are a necessary evil,
especially
but
in this modern era,
mm,
I
she
come from
will
a
not.
time when that would have been looked on as witchcraft.
I come from a time where it would have been at least very weird and probably laughably impossible. So,
Yes, the 1600s were not kind to, well,
uh,
much of anyone.
no, no, they weren't. She shakes her head. Nope. Well, I'm sorry that you've had such a rough time lately.
Ah, it's all right. Between Ishar and the Sabbat and everything else, I'm just like, can anything else go wrong? Is it possible? I'm sure it is, but let's not.
She nods. I'm not even sure where to go from here. What we can do.
Yes, I worry for Paris. It's going to. We have now 2 days
She
before the
takes
Sabbat arrive.
she takes a very deep breath she doesn't need to take, but she takes it anyway.
Yeah.
The prince is one of my dear friends, and I definitely worry for him.
I worry for him as well. He's quite the date.
She grins. Indeed.
Certainly cannot say I know him as well as you do, but
I think the only one of us that knows him better than me is Francis.
yes, being his grandchild, or
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if there's anything we can do to help them. It might be
Francis wants to go immediately, but he has his duties here.
he's seneschal. He can't just pick up and leave. He was still sheriff. He could dispatch a team and go with them, but that's not something that he
Exactly.
can do
Now he
anymore.
can't.
I don't know
I care
who.
for him deeply. I worry that his loyalties are going to be torn.
Of course, I can completely understand that.
If she takes a look at Katya's aura, there is actually little pinpricks of blue anytime she starts speaking of Francis.
She'll see. Yeah, when she will take a look at her aura actually. And
Perception, empathy, diff 8. Minus your level of Vostex.
so 4. Perception empathy. What is her perception empathy? It is
Katya's is bad because she has very little empathy.
hers is relatively high. It's 3.
I mean, her perception's not bad, but her empathy's pretty bad.
I've got 3 and 3. Come on, load the dice. Load the server anyway. Okay. Now give me the dice roller. Rolls. There we go. Okay. Load it. Thank you. Computer likes to be slow. Four. I got a success. I think that's all it takes.
A success will only tell you that she is a vampire.
Oh, really? All right.
That's all that will tell you.
All right. Well, she doesn't see shit except that she's a vampire.
Which we kind of already figured.
Yep. She's like, can't tell anything about that. So.
It's like, well, I already knew that much.
Yep. That doesn't tell me anything new. So whatever. Let's see.
Yeah, Specs is fun.
No. Aspects 2 is aura perception. 1 success can distinguish only the shade, pale or bright.
Yep.
So she can see whatever colors are in there, but she can't. Or well, oh no, she can only tell that it's pale. Okay, never mind.
Yep. It's like, oh, yep, that's a vampire.
She can't see color patterns unless she got 3 successes.
I mean, we can totally flub it if we want. I don't care.
I think I can also roll again, because as long as you don't fail, you can roll again.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
As long as you don't botch, actually. After
Yeah.
20. After 24 hours, she can try again with no penalty. Hang on. No, that's only on a. I'll roll again at a higher difficulty. Be fine.
Yeah, there you go. Just add 2 to the diff. 3.
I got 3 that time.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can distinguish color patterns.
Now I can see it. Okay.
I got pull up the colors. Fucking Evan loves the colors.
I know. You too. I love aspects. It's one of my favorite disciplines. So I'm like, let's just use it. It's fine.
Exactly. We're gonna use it just because we
We're
can.
gonna we're gonna use it. I have 4 dots of this shit. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. Kachi's got 3, so
I can fucking creep into a nearby mortal's mind. That's fucking great.
So for the most part, it is light blue. A little bit of lavender.
Okay.
Saskia's up. I just saw her post something in our Game of Thrones chat.
Nice.
And anytime she mentions Francis's name, there is little bits of blue that start popping up.
Nice. Yeah,
Which is love struck.
she will smile softly um when she sees those little bits of blue when she mentions when Francis comes up. Um so she won't say anything. But yeah.
But yes, I do worry that his loyalties will be torn.
It's very possible, and perhaps I should speak with him. Even though he is seneschal, I'm still his primogen.
Indeed.
Oh, I know he's been trying to talk to me even before all the seneschal stuff. I just hadn't been able to fit him in. I'll
Getting busy happens, I'm afraid.
have to make it a priority soon. Talk to him and we can talk about his grandsire and remind him that though the situation is tragic, we have duties here. So, which
Yes, apparently I'm funding a little field trip to Aishar's hometown.
are you?
Yes,
Are you going?
I've been asked to go. I suppose because I have the connections to Clan Tremere,
This is true.
given that he is of my clan.
Well, if I am able, I would like to accompany you. I think that would be. I think I could be useful in this situation.
I definitely agree. I will let Mr. Formeau know,
Thank you.
as he's the one organizing it. I'm just paying for it.
That is fair.
That's what happens when you have, well, plenty of money.
She nods in understanding. Yep.
Yes, he runs a antique shop, I think.
Mhm.
Yes, that was where we met. Myself, him, and Mr. Fletcher from Clan Bruja.
Mm. She nods.
Sweet lad. Had to pull him out of a frenzy once.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, that was during that same little foray into the old uh, Elysium. Same one where I met Ambrose. Also a sweet boy.
Every time I don't believe I've gotten to actually go to any of the Elysiums before they were just rendered useless.
Yes, that is. Seems to happen a lot here.
Mhm.
Almost makes me
Elysiums
miss Orlando.
Elysiums are supposed to be safe places for kindred to gather, but apparently here they are targets. So,
Yes.
which is
Almost
why
makes me
I
miss
just
Orlando.
oh, Orlando.
Yes. It's where I was before I was here. Spent 20 years there, I think.
How did you like it?
No, aside from the hurricanes and the, well, similar issues to here with the Sabbat.
I've only ever been there on tour. I've never lived outside of Europe.
Ah, I'll have
But
to take you to meet Prince Darien sometime.
okay,
He's of my clan.
she'll nod. Would not mind making connections elsewhere.
Yes, I left the Primogency there, came here, and within a month was once again made Primogen and Regent. It was
Weird.
very quick.
I was made Toreador Primogen my first clan meeting with the clan. I was here about 3 weeks.
I had 2 weeks. Well, I didn't even have 2 weeks for the Regency. That was, well, as soon as I arrived in Ireland, I was summoned to see Lord Stalheim and made Regent of Dublin.
Wow. I wasn't really looking to become the clan Primogen, but I certainly obviously didn't turn it down.
Exactly. I don't mind the position. It does give me, well, if I could get a headache, it would give me one.
Yes, I agree with that. As sometimes I wish I could go back to being a harpy. In a lot of ways, that was much easier.
It almost seems like that'd be a more stressful job.
Oh, no, it's actually quite fun. You get to influence people's reputations. You can make or break them, and you are the one who knows who owes what to who. You have a lot of power as a harpy.
Very true. Suppose I never thought of it that way.
It was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. And you have the ear of the prince,
Hmm.
especially if you're a good one, which I was. Very good.
Yes, now that we have Prince Hennessy, things should get interesting.
Indeed, I need to meet with him soon, actually. Uh, I have. She like actually does pull out her phone and looks at her list of meetings, and she just like kind of puts her head in her hands, like, "Oh my god, I have so many meetings. I'm never gonna not have meetings. I don't think." Is this what it feels like to work for a corporation?
I think so.
Because I feel like that's what we're doing. We're working for the Camarilla Corporation.
It it's odd. I think Charlotte may be the only person I've ever met who wants to meet Lord Stalheim on purpose.
She chuckles.
The man is altogether unpleasant.
Maybe she has a curiosity that needs to be sated. She shrugs. I don't know.
I
Um,
think she wanted an update on things in Waterford,
oh, she'll nod. That makes sense.
but we're going to see him soon, so this should be fun. Foreshadowing. because the
Right.
scene that they get caught in the woods takes place after this.
Yep. Yep.
Bunch of madness. I still question her sanity wanting to meet with Lord Stalheim. I mean, he's my boss, but he's my boss.
I mean, I think all of us as kindred have a little bit of insanity running through us.
True, some more than others.
Of course. That's-
Malkavians.
She's like, yep, let's not forget our Malkavian cousins. Uh,
Right?
she's also referencing herself just a little bit.
I mean, Katya's not completely sane anymore either, so
All right. Like,
yay PTSD.
yay. Um,
Speaking of Charlotte,
she looks to her.
the events of the assault on Waterford could have gone better. That is certain.
Oh,
The final seal was broken.
I kind of guessed that.
And
You
it
know.
could have been avoided.
Okay.
Francis had been, well, Mithras gave him an order. And, well, we know what happens when Mithras gives orders.
Yeah, you do it whether you want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Oh no.
So he had been given an order to take the head of the voivode.
Okay.
Instead, Charlotte took it. And I made clear that anyone who has even the slightest bit of hubris in their intent would break the seal.
She closes her eyes.
The intentions needed to be pure. And while she may have thought she had pure intentions,
They weren't.
stating, I want to do this to save the world, is possibly the most hubristic thing she could have said.
She cringes. Oh no. Oh, why did she have to do that? Fuck.
Though from what I hear, Prince Mithras was greatly appreciative.
Oh.
She's been granted a major boon.
Wow. Well,
Not that she'll ever get to use it if we don't stop Ishar.
she nods, right? We need to stop Ishar. Fucking, why did she do that?
Admittedly, it would have just passed on to another being, but
That's fair. I mean,
the only way to truly stop it is to destroy Ishar's soul.
so it probably would have happened regardless, but
Eventually, yes.
Charlotte unnecessarily put herself on the line when it was supposed to be somebody else's job.
Yes. It would have happened eventually, but now we have got to significantly speed up
Right.
finding a way to deal with Ishar before he destroys the world.
Right. She nods. Okay. Um, I will see what I might be able to figure out. I do have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I might be able to use.
And I still have the last breath of the abyss that I won in the auction. Well, that
That could
Prince
be incredible.
Thrain
That could be
ordered me to win at the auction.
well. That could be incredibly fucking useful if you. Yeah. She'll nod.
Yes, we just have to find the right question.
Right. Which that could take forever, and we don't have that. Well, I mean, we do, but we don't. Whatever. Um,
If the
I
world weren't ending, we would have all the time we need.
I will speak with Charlotte.
Ugh.
But we'll figure it out.
Yes, this last couple of weeks has been an absolute train wreck.
Going off the rails on the crazy train.
All of the foreshadowing. Yes, and despite my best efforts last night, well, weaponry is just not my strong suit.
Um, nor is it really mine. But thanks to someone who felt that I needed to learn how to wield a sword, I actually know how to use one. I could teach you.
I've got Ambrose teaching me that. Sweet boy. Very good with a sword.
I'll have to fight him sometime.
I'd actually like to see that.
See how good he really is with that sword. It's just got that competition. Like, oh, is he now? Okay, we'll see. Like, I might not
Yes.
like to do it, but I can.
Yes. Shockingly strong, too.
She nods. I don't need to be strong. I have blood that will help me.
Yes, he's not quite as thick-blooded as I am, but can't have everything.
Definitely not. But we can try.
Indeed. It's odd. He's generally much more my type than Francis.
Then why are you with Francis?
No, it's not like we're exclusive.
Well,
Heavens
no.
knows Francis couldn't be exclusive if he tried.
No, it couldn't be exclusive if it hit him over the head with a fucking bat. No.
No, the boy likes to sleep around far too much.
That he does. Not that I care, but I just
No, not
decided
that I
I
care either.
didn't
I mean,
want.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I think we kind of all do because we just don't have. It doesn't matter as much to us.
Yes, it mattered once upon a time, and, well, that was a long time ago.
Yep.
Since you're probably still looking at her aura,
Uh-huh.
there is a distinct, there is just anger, bitterness, and a bit of sadness that just kind of starts swirling in her aura when that gets brought up.
Oh. Well, she's not going to bring it up to her now, but another time she might ask her about past loves. But she'll make a mental note of what she saw for sure.
And there's just like the slightest hint of black, which is hatred.
Mm-hmm. Actually catches her a little bit off guard. Like, oh, interesting. Actually, because of that, she's gonna say something. Are you okay?
I suppose that, well, I loved once and was loyal to a man one time.
And I'm going to guess
My husband.
she nods.
There is actually, like, ever so slightly what looks to be almost a tan line. It's pretty clear that she gets, like, spray tan because she is slightly, healthier looking than most.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as is Fleur. Blush of health is wonderful.
So there's actually on her left hand ring finger a slight tan line where she had clearly gotten a spray tan, and the ring is no longer there.
Right.
Though I gave up most of my memories of him at the auction, I still have memories of the things my blood siblings told me he did. That
I'm sorry. And I'm sure that although, yes, you gave up your memories, you probably still have memories of how he made you feel.
yes, it doesn't get rid of that. It just gets rid of the memory itself. Not that my memories from that time were altogether they were flawed because of, well, the powers of Tremere blood. Our ability to change and erase memories. Well, needless to say that I, for that reason, don't feed from those who are unable to give me clear, informed consent.
She nods. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's quite alright. It's been, well, over 3 centuries now. It's been a very long time.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that's sometimes that just doesn't go away.
Yes, unfortunately. No, Ambrose had much the same, well, similar issue with his sire. Though I won't go into detail about his. That was. I look forward to the day when I can rend her head from her neck.
Hmm.
for hurting him the way she did.
She nods at that because she actually does know about that. Um, I would agree. Yes. I
It's
think.
part of the reason why he gave up his ability to love,
Oh no.
which he now deeply regrets. And I plan on helping him get it back, so. That will be a meeting with Rumpelstiltskin that I really am not looking forward to.
Hmm.
Then again, I don't really care for the man much. Man thing, not real sure. Rumple.
I did not go to the auction, so I have not met him.
I went on the first and the last night. The first night because, well, when your prince orders you to retrieve an item at all cost, that's precisely what you do.
Indeed.
Even if it means sacrificing 12 souls and all of your memories of a marriage to do it.
She nods.
As Aishar was also bidding on that trinket.
Well, I, for one, am very glad that you got it instead of him because that could make him even more dangerous than he already is.
Indeed. He offered up 10 true names,
Whoa.
followed by the true names of myself and Francis.
Ah. She makes a face. I wonder if he knows mine.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Shit.
I have to question if he actually knew my true name or if it was a bluff, but I couldn't take the risk either way.
Well, no, of course not, but still, that's. We really need to take care of him.
Though it wouldn't shock me if he did have my true name, given the relationship between him and my sire. So, my sire was once upon a time mentored by Aishar. Before I met him, evidently. Because I never met Aishar myself before, well, he spoke my name in my introduction to the prince.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yes, that was unnerving, to say the least.
To my knowledge, I've never met him, but I guess you never know with people like that.
I have come face to face with him on 4 occasions now. Once when he interrupted my introduction to the prince. Once in when he came to take something that had fallen on Ambrose's coat. Once in the asylum when he beheaded the Alistair. And once, just now, last eve in Waterford. Though I suppose there is some humanity left in Stalheim. When I took him his childer's ashes and her sword. The next time I saw him, he was wearing the jewel from the pommel of her sword as a necklace.
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever met Alistair Curtisoff.
She shakes her head. No, I didn't.
She was his childer. Which the reaction he had at first, well, made me doubt that he had any humanity left. As when I handed him her ashes, all he said was, "It's a shame."
Hmm.
Though I suppose for him, showing emotion is showing weakness, so there is that.
Well, I think that we should try and figure out as much as we can as fast as we can. Keep me in the loop, and I will do the same for you.
Indeed, that's why I'm making this trip to Romania.
Yes, and if at all possible, I will come with you.
Going deep into Sabbat territory worries me, but I've lived there once before, though that was during my mortal life, so. And it wasn't Romania at the time.
Well, I'm sure it was called something else.
It was Wallachia back then.
Ah, once we solve this problem of, you know,
Of the world
catas-
ending.
of catastrophic proportions, I think that you and I should hang out more.
We should. Once, the world is no longer coming to an end.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure that as we work to circumvent these circumstances, we will be seeing more of each other, but I would like to see more of each other and more in a social capacity.
When it's not a crisis.
Exactly. Exactly.
Seems like that's the only time I get to see anyone lately.
I'm same.
I I try to spend a little time with a friend and just ugh.
Well, I unfortunately should be going. It is getting a bit late. Um,
Indeed.
but as I said, I'm sure that we will see more of each other, but hopefully we can see more of each other under more pleasant circumstances. Have a girls' night out or something after this.
Agreed. Some time away from the prying eyes of the chantry.
I'm sure you could definitely use that.
I have no privacy. There's no
No,
such thing.
no.
Either there's a ghoul hovering about, or one of my blood siblings has got their nose just in books in my office, and I'm like, please, just get out for 5 minutes. Leave me alone.
Oh my goodness. Glad I live alone. Um, in a big house.
Unfortunate thing about being Tremere.
That's very true. You are a close knit clan.
Mm.
But she stands up. She does offer her hand to her to shake.
Katya would stand as well and shake her hand.
It was really good to talk to you.
You as well.
I will see you soon. Have a good night.
And you.
And with that, she will leave. And I think that is where we will end our scene. So,
Indeed.
thank you, player, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye.